everyone, today in this video I'm going to talk about pelvic clocks. So pelvic clocks are a really good exercise to really help open up your pelvis, relieve your low back pain, and just really open up any of the muscles that attach from your rib cage to your pelvis and to your hips. So our pelvis should be able to move independently from our rib cage and our spine, as well as our femurs, which are known as our thighs. So our pelvis should be able to rotate forward and backwards. It should be able to tilt forwards and backwards. And then it should also be able to kind of hike up and down, so up glide and down glide. So our pelvis, like I said before, it should know how to disassociate its movement from other body regions. And this exercise really focuses on how to isolate pelvic movement from other regions of your body. So for this exercise, what you'll need are 2 Franklin balls. So I have these 2 orange Franklin balls and they're pumped up a little bit. And you can get these on Amazon or at OPTM, and I'll put a link in the description below. And then I have a yoga block just for my head and a yoga mat. This exercise is one of the main exercises I give for anyone, really for anyone, whether you're a desk worker and feeling stiff in your lower back, if you're a runner, because when you run, you need to have mobility from your pelvis. If you are pregnant and wanting to really help open up your pelvis and improve the space in your abdomen and your pelvis, is also really good. And then even postpartum, because I feel like for a lot of postpartum moms, they might tend to favor one side, like they hold the baby on one side. So one part of your pelvis might be getting more stiff than the other side. So this exercise is so good and it feels really good because it just simply opens up and makes all your movement in your pelvis symmetrical. And it can really address any asymmetries that you might have. So for this exercise, we're going to have you lay on your back. And then you're going to place the 2 Franklin balls underneath your pelvis. So I put them like so. All right, so what you're going to do, I'm just going to make sure it's in the right spot, is your rib cage and your thighs should be stable the whole time. And what you're going to start with are anterior and posterior pelvic tilts. So what you're going to do is you're going to slowly tuck your pelvis and then you're going to tilt your pelvis forward. So you're just making those really small movements with your pelvis, and you're just trying to move as best as you can from your pelvis only. And then we'll also do forward and backward rotation, so going from 3 to 9 o'clock. So with this, I'm letting my left hip drop, or left pelvis drop, and then letting my right pelvis drop. So you're really trying to keep your femurs where they are as best as you can, and just rotate your pelvis backwards and forwards, left and right. Again, this is a really great one to help open up your pelvis to prepare for labor. So I really like this direction, the 3 to 9 o'clock. And again, you want to try and keep your rib cage as stable as possible. All right, the other one is the side to side. So I'm going to drop my left hip and drop my right hip. So down and down. And again, just try to move from your pelvis as best as you can. Mine is not perfect, but I'm just trying my best to isolate the movement at the pelvis. And then you can also do circles. I'm going to do circles, one direction. And then circles the other direction. Again, trying to isolate the movement from the pelvis only. And just take your time with the whole exercise. Thanks. So that is the series for the pelvic clock. So I went over the anterior and posterior pelvic tilts, the forward and backward rotation, the side to side, and then we also did the rotations clockwise and counterclockwise. So give that a try, and you can do about 20 reps per exercise, and just try to do your best as you can. So don't try and do more movement just to get more movement. just do what you can while trying to have the best quality of movement.